I'm Fading from the EverQuest show. Here's a look at what's happening this week in EverQuest.
Well, guess who's getting a glow up? Or in the case of Tunare, a grow up. The Shattering of Ro continues in beta, and if you've been poking around, you may have noticed some spiffy new upgrades on the gods of Norrath. Solusek, Ro, Tunare, and Mithaniel Marr have all got new NPC models, which are much more detailed and higher resolution, and look pretty good. Tunare's new model is now the same height as the other planar gods, and is still sporting a golden crown with flowing green dress, but the new model looks incredible. The same can be said for Macho Man, Mithaniel Marr, and Solusek Ro was also recently added to beta and contains some amazing new animations. And while Zek doesn't get an update for this expansion, he was recently updated in the Torment of Velius expansion, and the model still looks really good. Quellius and Brel Cyrillus also appear in the upcoming expansion. They're using their latest models, which are more detailed than the original older god models. Sol Ro and Mythmar had been using the models created during the Planes of Power expansion. And Tunare's old model, that's been in the game since the Scars of Velius. No word on if these models will be retroactively replacing the previous models like Drizzle Ro, although Drizzle Ro was replacing a character that never had an NPC model, and these other gods all have original models. And speaking of Drizzle Ro, if you missed the latest episode of the EverQuest show, be sure to get a lore lesson on the gods of Norrath and the Ro family. That's all in the latest episode of the EverQuest show. Extra Life Game Day, it's almost here, and that means time is running out to boost our collective rewards for fundraising. Now, if you're not familiar with Extra Life, it combines gaming and fundraising, all for children's hospitals all throughout the country. Now, for EverQuest and EverQuest II players, you can donate to Extra Life and receive in-game rewards for doing so. And based on the total amount raised by Darkpaw for both games, the entire community will receive in-game bonuses like bonus XP and bonus rares and bonus loot and coin. Now, in EverQuest, depending on how much you donate, you could receive the following items: a title of the charitable for $5, 3 bottles of Haste and Adventure if you donate $10, and for $25 you'll get a pet illusion of the Indigo Fiend line, and at $50 you'll get these nifty blue sunglasses. Now at $100 you'll get the blue Pride Wing mount, and keep in mind that at each tier you get all the tiers below it. So a $100 donation gets you all these items, and if you donate $200 you'll get 2 sets of these items. Now, fundraisers also get some cool items too, like a Valkyrie Mercenary or golden sunglasses, depending on the total amount that fundraisers raise. And of course, EverQuest II has its own set of benefits. Now, if you want a full list of what you can get for donating to Extra Life in both games, I've provided links in the description of this video. Okay, so here are the important things to know, especially if you want to get these cool in-game items. Now, November 8th is officially game day, and that's when streamers and fundraisers will be doing their marathon pushes to get us all to donate. On November 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific, the official tally will begin for those collective in-game bonuses. How much did we raise as a community? Now, those bonuses, however much they are, will begin at 10 a.m. Pacific on November 11th, and they'll run a full week through November 18th. Now, you can still donate through the end of the year to get the individual items and rewards, but you really should try to get those donations in before November 10th, and preferably, I recommend you do this on game day November 8th, and the reason why is I like to donate to my favorite streamer on game day to help boost towards their specific fundraising goals. And remember, the in-game loot and bonuses are great, but it's really all about helping children's hospitals. There are also plenty of in-game events happening in both games. NEQ Knights of the Dead will continue through November 11th in-game, so if you need to finish up some of those spooky quests, you have a little bit of time to do so. There's no rest for the weary, though, as Dragons, 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 and Giants, Giants, Giants begins on November 5th, and that's going to continue all the way through December 2nd. Speaking of November 7th, by the way, we all know what day that is. Yes, EverQuest II is turning 21. That means the start of the Champions Festival in EverQuest and the Heroes Festival in EverQuest II, which are going to continue through the 17th of November. And what better way to celebrate the EverQuest II anniversary than some unvaulted EverQuest II items? The Marketplace Vault is cycled out every 1st and 15th of the month, and there are currently plenty of housing items, mounts, and wearables that are available. This week also brings several EverQuest server unlocks. On November 6th, the following servers will have expansion unlocks. The Mischief server will unlock the Torment of Velius. Oakwind will unlock the Underfoot expansion, and Yellowknack will unlock the Call of the Forsaken. This Week in EverQuest is a production brought to you by the EverQuest Show, so while you're here, subscribe to the channel and be sure to ring the bell to turn on notifications so you'll be alerted when we post more news updates of This Week in EverQuest or full episodes of the EverQuest Show. Thank you so much for watching, happy questing, and I'll see you in Norrath.